Well, we're leaving Fiji and all is calm and sedate, but the weather has been really terrible recently. We've had a tropical depression turn into a cyclone running down the Solomons, and there's a number of troughs out there, and they, you know, just looking at the weather patterns, they just keep shifting and shifting and shifting. So there's just no way to get a handle on this thing. We've been waiting for about 4 days now, 5 days, and things are just moving around, and it doesn't look like it's going to get better into the next week. So we obviously aren't taking a huge chance here, but at the same time we're not entirely happy with the passage that we are facing. We think we could be in for some difficult conditions. Yeah, and that is just one of those things with sailing. You know, we've got to move on. We feel we're being safe, but we know at the same time we're going to be in for some rough weather, and we just are hoping for the best, and we hope that the way things are moving around at the moment, and the troughs and the fronts are moving around, that they will move in our favor. So let's see how it goes. We use a number of programs and sources to determine weather. Here we have uploaded the latest script files to a program I enjoy using called ZyGrib. On ZyGrib, one can place markers along the route with estimated times of arrivals to these locations, and of course the Grib weather data applicable to that spot and particular time. We also like that ZyGrib displays CAPE and CIN values, which is basically the amount of energy stored in different zones, and is a great indicator for possible thunderstorms and lightning occurrence.
She handed me a stone in the perfect shape of a heart.
Sailors use red lights to see at night, since this reduces night blindness. Our first night at sea is calm, however I wonder if you can see the cloud bank ahead, which marks the start of foul weather for us.
Mad men dying in the snow. For just 1 second it was funny that she would have to stay an hour.
In preparation, and as the weather begins to build, Anna decides to sleep upstairs where it feels to be calmer. Hey little one, are you sleeping?
No, I wish I was.
Ah, not sleeping yet? So we're sailing to Vanuatu from Fiji. It's midnight here. We're in a convergence zone, which is an area where high pressure cells are colliding with other cells, low pressure cells, and basically we're on the tail end of a cyclone which has just been downgraded to a tropical cyclone, a cyclone called Raquel, I think, or Rachel, something like that. And yeah, we think it's done and dusted, but we've been warned to keep an eye out. And right now the skies are just black. There's nothing to see. This afternoon there were some pretty interesting cloud formations, and we're doing about between 8 and 9 knots at the moment. And we're looking forward to getting to Vanuatu. I don't really like sailing in conditions where a cyclone has been looming, especially 2 months late in the season. But the weather gurus tell me it should be fine. So we're gunning it across there. We're trying to get there as fast as possible. And yeah, just taking it a bit easy in the dark of night. We don't know what things might be floating in the ocean. Otherwise all good. This is the life here in the Pacific.
1 second it was funny that she would have to stay and I would go. And I said I love you, I love you so.
We had arrived in Resolution Bay just 2 days before the World Ark Rally cruises. What we initially thought of as a quiet, very tranquil spot soon was bustling with boats as cruisers descended upon the place. I must say that the folks who sail across the oceans in teams were terrific fun, and Anna and I made a few friends here. What you see here is the local yacht club. We used the opportunity to clear in with the officials who had travelled across the island for the World Ark Rally cruises. Anna was amused with the bar or the pub, which had now become the local bank where we could exchange money. She considers this a lethal combination, booze and money. A striking feature of Port Resolution Bay on the island of Tanna here in Vanuatu are the many stream columns rising from the water into the air. These in fact are vents for underground volcanic activity. The locals will be seen from early in the morning until late in the evening with nets in the water catching fish.
She said I'm gonna take this.
That is nice, eh? Ah, you're eating it. Very good. What is your name? I'm Brent and this is Anna. It's nice to meet you. These are beautiful canoes, eh? From the breadfruit trees. That's amazing. We're from South Africa. I like it. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for coming to chat to us. It's very nice.
She would have to stay and I would go.
Not clearly visible here by camera on account of terrible weather, the coastline here has beautiful rock spires and cliffs with many hollowed out caves. Busy fishing here for the locals, seeing if I can catch something for the local folks. And so far, I think one jack. Yeah, so we keep going here. The locals are struggling for fish for some strange reason, and so we've thought to go and assist them and see if we can't get some food on their tables. A gift for the people.
She said you liked 1,000.
Here we are at one of the sailing vessels of the World Ark Rally cruisers, who had carried many supplies for the islanders following the destruction here by the recent cyclone Pam. We used our dinghy to assist the folks to offload and carry the supplies ashore. One of the difficulties with being amongst so many sailors on a small island is the lack of resources such as transportation we needed in order to get to the well-known volcano of Mount Yassur. Jeez, the Ark people really, they don't even use all the space available to let foreigners enter. They just keep foreigners out of here. If you're not part of the Ark, you're a foreigner. Look at this. Plenty of room in here. Foreigners. Hey, enjoy, guys. Cheers, man. Hey, no worries, no worries. We instead took this day to visit the village that was in a state of rebuild and repair following the destruction by Cyclone Pam. It was a great visit, especially meeting new friends on sailing vessel Inca, who later we would rejoin in Port Vila. Hi, how are you doing? I'm Brent. How's it going? Seeing the village reminded us of good friends Stefan and Eleanor on sailing yacht Salsa from Sweden, who left Fiji on the back of Cyclone Pam to assist the folks here. How are you?
Fine.
So you come to these islands and they make the men work. The tourists have to work. So you should.
The tourists have to walk to pump the water.
The South Africans have to pump water and the Australians have to carry it.
Okay, no problem. No problem. I'll carry it to your house for you. Where's your house? Oh, what
You need to pay to carry it. Yeah, all like sheep and cattle here in the back of the vehicle. And there's the man, stand the man. The drive to the volcano is a long, bumpy track, let alone road, but the vegetation changes from huge trees to forest ferns, and some places are just barren in between. Of course, the vehicles can only reach a certain level, and from here there is a steep climb to the summit. What a climb,
Whoa, look at that.
Oh,
There we go.
Whoa, nice, eh? Good one. Whoa, look at all those rocks.
Whoa.
Oof. I know, there's another. That's really cool. That was a good one.
Nossa, tá tremendo aqui.
It was time to head for other islands in Vanuatu, and so we sailed on. Tanna had proved to be amazing in terms of revealing its natural and wonderful power by offering a glimpse into the bowels of our very planet. Along the way we caught some small yellowfin tuna. Unfortunately we could not throw them back as the hook had damaged the eyes.
Turning yellow like smiling